this is Jerry.
And Jared.
We're doing the second mission from Operation Crimson Stone, but we're going to do it as Annihilation because in this particular case we're playing with N4 rules, not Code 1. Also, we'll have no retreat, but our lieutenant will have lost the lieutenant effective. They are lost in the game. Have it secret to each of us which model it is, so that way we get some practice with that and we can show people how that works. Playing with these models.
So from left to right, I will have the Evader. He's going to have a Spitfire today. And then I have 3 Augusils. They will all have combi rifles. And the person with the blue hair will be my medic today. We will be playing with 1 medic each.
And I will be playing the Ariadne here with 3 rockets, all equipped with rifles. The guy that is holding actually a light shotgun will be my medic. And I have the Vokalak, if I'm pronouncing that right, I hope. It is an odd word. And he has an HMG.
Well,
First off, what we'll do is we'll roll our willpower rolls using our lieutenants. The information is open. Mine has a willpower of 13.
and so does mine.
And it looks like I take the roll with a 6 over Jared's 2. So I will choose to go first.
And I will choose to have Jerry deploy first. I will take this side.
Looks like I'll deploy first on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and deploy, and then we'll come back and then show you guys where we deploy. Okay, I'm not doing a reserve here. I have models here. So I have, this is my lieutenant, she's behind this building. Then I have my plain Jane Brokat, the Vokalak, and my medic Brokat.
I have 4 models here, 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 and here. So over here on the left flank is going to be my Evader. He's got the AP Spitfire. My medic is going to take position right here in the middle so she can get to whoever needs her help. Right here on the stairs is my lieutenant. He's the Dennis Rodman looking guy there. And down here on the right we have a regular combi rifle Augustil just holding that right side.
So my first thing to do is I'll spend an order. Now I'll just put them over here when I use them. And this person that couldn't make the barrier because it's just out of my deployment zone is going to move up to it. Or wait a minute, I think anybody can see me. So I'm actually going to take that extra 3 inches and hop over here and go here.
Alright, I still have no reactions there.
And I will move this person just that last little bit right there so they can kind of cover that area.
Commander, coast clear.
We'll take and spend another order, and I'm going to bring my medic into a different position. Ooh, that looks like a dangerous proposition. I just now looked over here and I can see that the Evader has a good line on me over here. I think it's time to bring the Vokalak up, and he's going to move around this space to right here. Jared, do you have any reactions?
No, I do not.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on to my next move, which is going to bring me up over here. Yeah. And Jared, do you have any reactions?
Not on the second half either.
Okay. Even though you may have reactions on the first half, if any time in the second half you cross somebody's zone, you could give them a reaction then. I'm going to move again, so I'm going to spin this order again on the Vokalak. And he's going to see if he can pull some kind of stupid stunt and move across here. Oh man, 4 inches is going to leave me out hanging, so I'm just going to move here. He's back there, but he's behind that panel that I'm seeing at this next one where his finger was.
Alright, Jerry, you gotta keep that camera still.
Sorry, the cord got caught when I pulled on it. For my second half, I'll just remain idle. I want to stay where I'm at. I'm going to bank everything on this last order. I'm going to spin this order to move over here. I think I might see you in that move. Is that correct, Jared?
Yeah, near the very end there.
What is your reaction, Jared?
My reaction will be to shoot my AP Spitfire one time at you before you touch that barrier.
That seems like a good plan. I'm going to fire my HMG. Let's check the range here. Jared, where are we at? I think we're at right about 23 and a half. That's still in your good range. And it's in my good range. So I'll be +3 because of the range of my weapon, which is good past 16 to 32. -3 from your cover makes it where I'll be rolling flat on a 12.
And I will just be +3 because I'm shooting at Jerry before he gets to that barrier, so he'll be out of cover, and my range is +3. So I will be one shot on a 16 ballistic skill.
Versus my 4 Heating 12s. Ooh. I'll do it in your favor. I rolled 1 critical, which beats Jared's 1 anyway. Where you make it on a critical, you make an additional save, and it's on damage 15. What's your armor, Jared?
3.
3, and plus cover is 6. 6 from 15 is 9. Jared just needs to roll 2
Higher than
10s. And a 19 and 12, he's fine. Does your guy have courage?
Yes, my evader does indeed have courage. So
Courage
I will
allows him to ignore the guts checks, which you have to take whenever you take a hit.
Yep, so I will stay right where I'm at. All right, Jerry, are you going to use that lieutenant order?
I'm going to take the risk with my lousy lieutenant and spend the order on them. It's this guy! So now he knows who my lieutenant is, so he can take advantage of this.
Do you want to talk about the ups and downs of maybe using it or waffling between using it the first time?
The downfall of this is if I lose my lieutenant in a turn, all my orders will become irregular. That will mean that my orders can only be used by the people that generate them. They cannot be moved to the pool any longer of orders.
So you want, because you have the chance to not use it. Like, would that be
Yes.
ups or downs? Like, is it
I guess,
Well,
yeah.
you know, I mean, strategy?
Yeah, so if you're looking at this, the positive is I got another guy moving and getting in position. The negative is I've given away who my lieutenant is, and if he kills him, he can shut down my orders in future turns. And Jared, I think you have no reactions because no one can see this guy.
No, I do not have any.
So
reaction.
he is going to move, and I'm actually going to use him to stand near this. I'm not going to come around that corner. I'm just going to try to see if anybody comes up on this corner. Your invader is over there, and he is pretty threatening.
Does the Volkolak have 2 wounds or one
One
wounded?
wound, no
Oh,
ANCAP.
no wounded. Yeah. Okay, that's the same as mine. Then.
Yeah. And total immunity.
It's okay. I don't have the Panzerfaust anyway.
Yeah.
But the armor piercing, I guess. But
Yeah. The Volkolak does have armor 4.
all right. So Jerry's out of orders, including his lieutenant orders. So I will have the active turn now, and I'm gonna spend my first order moving up a little bit with this Auxil over here. So I've spent my order, and this guy's Jerry's not really holding this right flank at all. So I'm gonna move up 4 inches, and you shouldn't see me there.
I have no reactions.
All right, then I will move again on my second half. I don't really care that I'm hanging out in the open because I can tell that Jerry can't see me over here, so I'm just gonna move up pretty freely here.
Again, I'll have no reactions.
And I'm gonna spend another order on that same guy. So once again, this guy is just gonna move up 4 inches.
Danger, Will Robinson. I think you're about to sneak up on some guys over here. I have no reactions.
All right, then my final 4 inches will be up to the corner, but I don't want to peek it yet. Let me move back just a little bit.
All right. I do have a reaction that we're going to actually cover here that doesn't happen in too many situations. What we have is I will now check my zone of control. This guy here has a zone of control like everyone else of 8 inches. And I see that you're within. I will declare dodge. And he has dodge plus 1 inch, which may give me a 3-inch move to get in a better position to deal with this guy possibly.
Okay.
Now, is this the similar equivalent of, like, I heard something?
This is this is kind of how the game plays. I heard something maybe I should check over here. It gives it that little bit of role play effect. Again, our cameraman Andre with some great questions as we play this to make sure you guys are getting it. 'Cause
Simple Andre.
Simple Andre has only played a few games, so he's still learning. So he's kind of our backup here for the people out there that are learning.
I don't play anything without a stepsister.
Jerry is reacting on my second half of my order, so there's nothing I can really do to interact with this. He's just gonna make or break the dodge roll here.
My dodge is my physical, which is 14.
Yeah.
Minus 3 because I can't see the target, so I'll be an 11. I get a 3. I'm going to move over to well, I got up to 3-inch move because I got +1 dodge. I'm just going to move to where I can see this guy and give him a healthy dose of one of the weapons I have.
What is your close range weapon? Do you have a heavy pistol?
I have a heavy pistol. This guy is equipped with what we like to call a hand cannon. He has a heavy pistol.
Because units can't react to other units unless that is the active unit, I will choose not to use my Alguacil again on that side, just because Jerry has now dodged into vision of him. So he's safe for now, unless I activate him again. But because Jerry has dodged over and moved out of line of sight of the evader, I'm now freed up here in the middle and can move up with my AP Spitfire to try to do some damage. So I'm gonna spin an order. We're gonna see if we can move the evader up to get some shots here. Okay, so the evader's gonna move up 4 inches, and like I said, there's nobody that can see me in that diagonal angle anymore. The Volkolak is dodged out of the way now. And Jerry, you have any reactions here?
I have no reactions. You're free with this guy pretty much.
Alright, and on the second half, I can move up again. I don't want to angle out too far to the right, because then Jerry will see me with that Rokot. Okay, and I'll spend another order on the evader, and I'm going to move up. Jerry will get to see me before I get to this cover, but at least I'll be able to hold down this middle section of the map here. Jerry, what's your reaction going to be?
Well, I'm going to just try to shoot you. I'm sure it's not going to go well because your guy is way better shot than mine.
So Jerry's going to shoot his rifle at me, and I'm going to shoot my AP Spitfire 4 times at you.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
So let me get our range for us here.
Pretty sure we're both in our good range, which is outside of 8.
Yeah, we're at about 11 inches.
So I will be +3, then -3, or no, I'm going to shoot you in the open because you crossed the open there for just a moment. So I'm going to get +3.
Yep, and I'm going to be +3, -3 because Jerry is in cover, but I am in my good range. So I'm going to be on my ballistics of 13.
And my 10 with a +3 gives me a 13, but my 1 shot versus your 4 shots. Well, I did 1 hit. Now, in this case, even though Jared ended up with the evader in cover at the end of the turn, the time I shot him, he did not have cover. So I will only have to deal with his armor. What is your armor, Jared?
3 armor.
3 armor? So you're going to need to roll over a 10.
6 will not do it. So I will take a wound. I am 1 wound, but I do have no wound incapacitation, which basically allows you to stay up and keep fighting for 1 more wound. So I'll go ahead and enter that state. Alright, so I'll get a wound here. There is a no wound incapacitation marker. It just is not a rule in Code 1, so our tokens don't match it.
Are you going to spend your lieutenant order?
No, I will choose not to spend my lieutenant order because I think it'd put me in a worse position if I did.
I'm going to bring over my orders. I have no one unconscious and no one removed, so I will have all my orders because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 models. Give me 1, 2, 3, 4 models and my lieutenant order, which Jared knows is this guy here. All right, so I'm going to spend my first order and activate my lieutenant. My lieutenant will go around this side here and end up right there. He'll do his second half and move over to this piece of terrain. You won't be able to see me if I go here, right? I can't tell.
No, this barrier's too tall, that barrier's too
Yeah.
tall, and the corner's in the way. For sure.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. That's exactly where I want to go. Just out to where it can't be seen. I'll spend my next order and activate the Balkalak.
Okay.
And he is going to remain idle right where he's at. I mean, he's going to sit there and wait and see what Jared's going to do.
And my reaction will be to fire my combi. Even though Jerry's in cover, my ballistics is 1 higher than my physical, so dodging is a lower chance for me to live either way. At least this way I may get a wound on Jerry.
And I'm going to pull out my heavy pistol with this guy and shoot my burst 2 at him. So I'll be burst 2 with a 12, which he's in the open, so I get +3 for range because we are within, looks like about 4.5 inches, 5 inches, right in there. And you're in your good range.
I'm in my good range, so I'll be +3, but I'll be -3 because you have cover, so I'll just be on my 11 with 1 shot. 2.
Yep, burst 2. I hit on a 14.
And better ballistics to crit me.
And Jared has missed.
Yep, my 14 was miss. So Jerry hits me once. What's the damage of a heavy?
14.
14.
Your armor's 1, so you need to roll a 14 or better because it's 14 minus 1 for your armor. You get making it a 13.
All right, so I'm only 1 armor. I'm looking for a higher than a 13.
Phew! That guy says yes.
I took that magnum slug straight to the chest with ease.
So your guy though will have to make a guts check because he survived a hit, which will be a willpower roll.
Yep, and
Or you can choose to fail it, which I don't know if that's going to benefit you or not.
I think I'm going prone either way here, probably. But
Well, you can move to better cover, maybe even if it is towards me.
I'm gonna try to make the whip roll so that I can stay exactly where I'm at. There's no better cover near me. My willpower is 13, and I will succeed. So I'm just gonna stay exactly where I'm at. I'm not gonna go prone or anything like that.
I was hoping to get this guy out of the way. So I'm going to have to spend another order and do the same thing again.
Okay, and I'm gonna keep shooting my combi. Like I said, it's just
We're
one
just
better
gonna go-
than my dodge.
We're just
so.
going to go straight to the rolls on this one because it's exactly what the last one was. And both our successes are 3s, so nothing happens.
What did
Well,
you
that
do?
was a very uneventful, and the thing is, I'm gonna have to just go here and spend another order. I should have had a success off this, but I need this guy to finish this out. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go straight to rolling here. I think you're gonna do the same thing, I assume, Jared.
Yep, same thing.
Cox revolver again.
You're gonna have to reload that revolver. Got me with a 9.
Well, this is a good show. Why don't you line those up, Jared, so people at home can figure this out. What we have is a really good spread of how successes work. I have 2 successes and Jared has a success, but his success is better than one of mine, so mine goes away. If it was higher than any of mine, they would go away. And my success, the other one knocks his out of the way and would knock any of his that were lower than that one away. So it ends up I have 1 success. So I've done 1 hit. Jared needs to make a save again.
Yep. Again,
And-
I'm just gonna be on 1 armor, so I need to roll higher than a 13.
And does it again. And you have a guts check, which again needs to be a 13 or less. And success again. This guy has went the distance.
Even if he dies on Jerry's next turn, I just speed bumped Jerry so hard.
That guy got completely in the way of my biggest guy. I'm going to take a risk here, and I'm going to spend my lieutenant order again. And my lieutenant is just going to shuffle over here to the side, and I believe he can see the evader now. What is your reaction, Jared?
Well, I think it'd be pretty dumb of me to not shoot at your lieutenant, so I'm gonna shoot my Spitfire at him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to do well from this. I'm going to take the high risk here, and I'm going to shoot at you.
All right, so I'm gonna get our range for us since it's closer to my side here, and we are at pretty much exactly 13 inches.
Which is in both our good range.
Yep.
We're going to be both in cover and both in our good range, so our pluses are a wash. We're going to be firing at our ballistic skills, which is not good for the poor row cut. Because I'm a 10 and Jared,
Is a 13.
yeah, the only advantage I have is I'm rolling 3 dice compared to the 1. And Jared has to make 2 saves from that.
And I will make both those saves because I have armor and cover, so I'm reducing his damage by 6, and his damage was only 13.
Do you want to use your courage, or do you want to choose to fail your guts check?
All right, so I'm gonna choose to fail so I can move up to 2 inches, and that will get me over to this corner of the barrier here. So I'll still be in cover from the Rokot in front of me, but I will be out of line of fire from the Lieutenant Rokot Jerry has.
Which is one of the requirements of a failed guts check, is you have to move to better cover, which in his case he was in partial, now he's in full cover from the model that shot.
So Jerry is all out of order, so it'll be back to me. And somehow I still have all my units, because that Alguacil over there on the right side has just
He has tanked it.
tanked it. All of my troops are still alive after the Alguacil's heroic defense. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and 1 lieutenant is still alive for me. And I think we're gonna start off with the evader. He's gonna try again, trying to kill this person here in the middle. I'm gonna idle right here, which means I don't want to move, but I am activating, which gives Jerry a reaction.
I will decide to shoot. It's not going to be a good shot, but I'm going to take it.
All right, well, it was enough last time, so a little worried here, you know. Let's remind the audience of our range here. 11 inches.
Both in our good range. Both be +3, -3 for cover. I will be at a 10.
And I'll be on a 13. I get 4 shots. Jerry only gets 1.
That looks painful. I missed with my shot because I have a terrible shooting guy.
And I have 1 miss, 2 normal hits, and 1 which is a critical success. Which means Jerry will have to make 2 saves for that one.
Which I'll just make 4 saves to total them all together because they're all the same. I will have 3 for my cover and 1 for my armor. And the Spitfire is a damage 14, so I need to roll more than a 10. And I've got 1, 2, 3 successes and a failure. So one of my models, this one here in particular, is going to be unconscious.
All right, so my first order went down as good as I was hoping. So I'm gonna spin another order on that evader. This time, he's gonna shuffle back towards the direction he made his courage movement from.
This doesn't look good for my Rokot.
And this is Jerry's lieutenant, so I definitely want to try to get this guy down.
Since I only have 1 roll here, my reaction is going to be to dodge, because my dodge with my physical 11 is better than my shooting with my ballistic skill of 10.
And I will be pumping Jerry full of lead with the AP Spitfire. The range is about 13 inches still.
Would have been good range for me, but that would have still been a 10 because of your cover.
And it is a face-to-face roll, even though Jerry's dodging. We do have the opportunity to cancel out each other's roll. I'm looking for a 13 because I'm +3 from range and -3 from Jerry's cover. And Jerry is just rolling on his flat physical, which is 11.
Lieutenant lives.
My 9 and 10 are hits, but Jerry has rolled his exact physical, which was his target number, 11. So Jerry critically dodges, which cancels out both of my successes.
My movement is I choose to go prone.
Unfortunately, I can't see Jerry's lieutenant anymore because he's prone, and it's pretty far to move over there to try to gun him down close range. So because I can't see Jerry's lieutenant anymore, I am going to move up and try to get a better position on this Volkolak since he's bearing down on my Alguacil still. So I'm going to spin an order on the evader once again, and he's going to move 4 inches up towards these stairs. And Jerry shouldn't be able to see me with anybody that I think.
I've already checked and I can't see you because the stairs is in the way at this point. As soon as you step up on that first step, I'll see you.
So because Jerry has no reactions, I just move up to that bottom step. I don't go up a step yet because that's when Jerry will see me. This is my second half. I don't want him to react for free.
No reaction to the second half.
And then I'll spin my last regular order on the evader, and he's just gonna hop up along this railing so he maintains cover. Just a couple steps.
And as a reminder, whenever you're elevated from another model, you have cover. Oh no, I'm gonna fire the HMG at you, even though I'm pretty sure I'm in the bad range.
And I'll get to fire my Spitfire 4 times at Jerry, and I definitely am in my good range.
We're gonna check the range and just so everybody can see that.
After these messages.
We are at 12 inches.
Yeah, so in an HMG, it has a 0 modifier from 8 to 16. So I am not in my good range. Not in my bad range, but not in the good range.
The Spitfire is more of a mid-range weapon, so I +3 outside of 8 all the way to 24 inches.
So I'm going to be at 0. You're in cover. 0 cover is going to make me -3, so my 12 is going to become a 9.
And I'm just going to be +3 from range, -3 because Jerry has cover. So I'll be on a 13. I get 4 shots. Jerry only gets...
I get 1 success to Jared's 3 successes, but my success is better. If Jared wants to line those up, we can show this is an example of a success knocking out the other successes because it's larger and still a success.
Jerry has hit me once with the HMG, which has damage 15. I do have 3 armor and I have cover, so I'm subtracting 6 from that, so I need to roll higher than a 9.
Woo! 19.
And a 19 will succeed. I will choose to use my courage skill to avoid the guts check completely and stay right where I'm at. That way I got 2 guns on Jerry if he wants to move that Volkolak.
Do you want to spend your lieutenant order? Have dueling lieutenants or something? I'm pretty sure your lieutenant is that one in the back.
I believe that my lieutenant should stay right where he's at. Just don't want to give Jerry
Oh, that's right. I'm prone anyway. Can't see him.
any free shots on his turn since it would be my last order.
Goes to my turn. Well, now I don't have as many orders because I am down a guy. So I'll have 1, 2. This one's unconscious. 3 orders. Unconscious models do not contribute to the pool. And my lieutenant order. I'm going to spend my first order. And I'm going to do something wild and crazy here. I'm going to go idle with the Volkolak. Now, when I do this, Jared's reactions are going to be a little different. We're going to stand back here a little bit. Jared, who's going to react to this model?
So I have 2 models that can react.
Yes.
The Alguacil over here will shoot his combi rifle at you 1 time. And the Evader here will shoot his AP Spitfire 1 time.
And again, I have a little dilemma because this Alguacil is really close to me, but I think he's the least dangerous of the 2. I'm going to fire my HMG with 1 shot at the Alguacil. Jared's helped point that out for me. And 3 shots at the Evader. When you have multiple shots or multiple bursts from a weapon, you can split the fire as you choose between models. And in this case, I will take some punishment for firing on the Alguacil, because the Alguacil is going to be at 4.5 inches, which is in my negative number range. So, and the other one is at 0 range. We already just measured that just a little bit ago.
Yep, movement barrier. But they're at about 12 inches.
They're at about 12 inches. Against the Evader, I'll be -3, so I'll be on 9s. Against
I'll be on a 13 with my one shot.
Against the Agusil, I'll be -3 because of range, and I'll again be on 9s.
And I'll be flat on an 11 for the Aug.
So we're gonna do the evader first.
Yes. So you'll have 3 shots, and I'll only have 1 here.
I do have 2 successes, but Jared has a better success, so he gets 1 hit.
Yep.
That's
I'll
7
have
knocks.
6 and 1.
Yep.
So you got 1 AP Spitfire rather shot to contend with.
And we're gonna see some of the Vocal Act does on this in just a moment. So go to the shots of the Agusil and the Vocal Act.
So in this case, I need an 11 on my combi, and Jerry needs 9.
5s.
And those will cancel out. That's not a crit for either of us, so.
These two have done terrible.
So Jerry, you just have 1 save from that AP Spitfire to
Okay,
contend.
the Bakalak has the ability Total Immunity. Total Immunity means that all weapons convert to normal weapons when fired upon them.
Yep, so my AP rounds don't do anything to him, but he will still need to make a normal save against damage 14.
That's correct. And my armor is 4, my cover is 3. We'll take 7 from that, so I need to beat a 7. 14. And he also has courage. I think I'm going to stay right where I'm at. We're going to spin an order again. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. Jared, are you going to do the same thing?
Yeah, we'll just cut to the rolls on this.
We're going to cut to the rolls on this one. It's the same rolls. So 3 versus 1 on the evader.
I missed this time.
The evader misses, and I hit him twice.
You rolled the exact same 3 numbers.
I did roll the exact
1,
same.
6, and 18. So you'll have 2 hits on me with that HMG.
And then the
The Agusil,
Agusil. And we
Both
both
miss.
miss. Those two have been involved in the battle for a couple turns now.
alright, so was it 2 saves?
2 saves.
So I have 3 armor and my cover. I'm reducing the damage of the HMG by 6, which brings it to 9. I need to roll higher than 9. And I don't on either of them. So I would take 2 wounds, but I'm already in my no wound incapacitation state. So the evader will die completely.
He's removed from play. He's going to go over here on the sideline and watch. Well, I have a regular order and lieutenant order left. That Bakalak, yes.
So, if he was lieutenant, if he was, you would reveal it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But just knowledge gain that, oh, it's not the lieutenant.
Right, correct.
Well, I don't think if it wasn't the lieutenant, you don't reveal.
Until the end of turn.
Sorry, if it was the lieutenant, you don't tell them until your order count on your.
Oh yeah, until your order count. You tell them when your order count comes up.
All right.
Like if that was my lieutenant, I wouldn't say, "Oh, you got my lieutenant."
Okay. Now say that profession.
I'm gonna spend an order. I'm gonna go back to the Bakalak again and still pull out my heavy pistol again and try to deal with this Akusil who has wrestled with him the whole game.
And I'm just gonna stand here and keep shooting this convy and hoping for the best.
So we're again, I'm 15s and you're on
11.
11. 2 hits, but one of them creates 2 saves.
I missed, so I will have 3 saves to make. I only have 1 armor, and the damage on that is
14.
14. Higher than a 13 here. Oh! I made 2.
Wow.
I made 2 of them, but the last one, that 9, is not enough. So he
Almost.
will finally go unconscious. The little Agusil that could.
The little Agusil that could.
So I do have the opportunity to get him up with my medic, if I so choose.
I'm gonna spend my lieutenant order. This is my last turn. This is only a 3-turn game. And he's gonna come out of prone. You have to do that at the beginning of a movement. And he's gonna move right up here, not quite getting to cover. I don't know if you can see me from there. It doesn't look like you can.
No, my guy's gun sticks out a little bit. He's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's supposed to be close to the wall. I figured so. So you can't see me there. So I think, do you have any reactions?
I do not.
Okay. I'm gonna just move him up to the corner.
Sounds good to me. So this will be my last turn, and the last turn of the game. I did take some losses. My Auxil's unconscious finally, so he lost his order, and then the evader is completely dead and off the table. So I will only generate 2 regular orders from these 2 Auxils. One is a paramedic. However, my lieutenant did live, so I do generate that still. I'm going to spend my first order on my paramedic, and the time for saving lives has kind of come to a close. So she's going to try to get some shots on Jerry's lieutenant here. She's actually going to have to move back this way and see around the barrier on this side because there's this other tall barrier in the way.
The only reaction I have is with my lieutenant. And I will choose to shoot at you.
Alright, and I'm going to shoot my combi rifle at you. So I'll get 3 bursts versus your 1. Our range in this scenario is 13.5 inches, so we will both be in our +3 range on our weapons.
Both in cover, both in good range, so it's going to be +3, then -3 for both of us. We're flat. I'll have a 10.
With 1 shot, and I have 11 on 3.
And I missed.
And I hit with a 6 and a 5.
I'll make 2 saves, taking 4 from it, so I need to roll a 10 or better.
So Jerry will make 2 saves.
I made them both. I need to make a guts check. My willpower is 13. Just like everybody else in our area. And I fail. I will have to move towards cover.
I will spend my lieutenant order since this is the last game, or last turn of the game, rather. And putting him at risk doesn't matter because if I go into loss of lieutenant at this point, I don't get another turn anyway. So he's gonna scoot up 2 inches up the stairs, and then 2 inches forward. Put me right in line with that Volkolak. And because I'm above him, I'll still have some cover here.
And I'm going to take that shot as soon as you come up the stairs.
And I'm gonna shoot my combi 3 times at you as kind of a last ditch to try to get this big heavy guy out of the way. So our range is gonna be just outside 16 inches, it looks like.
Oh, I think you're in.
No, we're out there.
Are you? Oh, yeah, but here. I'm here. There you go. I think you're there. You're there.
Okay. Barely.
Just barely. You can measure from any point on the models. We chose, he chose to hit the Volkolak from the top of his silhouette and to the middle of the silhouette there. Made the line a little straighter, making it where he can make it.
Yep, but Jerry shot at me when I came up the stairs when he could first see me, so he's gonna be in his good range as well.
So I'll be +3, -3.
And so will I.
So I will be on 12s,
And I'll be on 11.
but you got 3 dice.
Not that that's mattered this whole game.
I miss.
I got 2 hits with a 4 and a 1. Not very strong hits. I got lucky Jerry missed there.
Because my armor is 7. 4 for armor and 3 for cover. Please remember always that cover when you gives you 3. Means that his damage 13 weapon becomes damage 6. So I need to beat a 6 on 2 dice. And I do. And I expected. And I'll stay right there. But Jared's going to take some advantage here, this last order.
Yep, last order of the game. I'll spend it on my lieutenant. I know I'm within 16 inches now, so I'll scoot up to the edge here.
And I will be in my bad range.
Less good range.
Less good range, I should say, yes.
0.
0 modifier. So Jared's going to take,
I'll be flat on my 11 ballistics this time.
and now I will be -3, making it where I'm a 9.
And I'm an 11 still.
11 versus 9. I miss again.
And I got 3 hits, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, I'm going to make 3 saves this time. I have 3 saves to make, need to beat a 6. And I fail one of them. So my guy will take a wound because I have no wound incapacitation, which means at 0 he still functions. And that's your last order of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have gotten Jared on this one because I do have a loss of only 10 points out of my game, where Jared has lost.
And I have lost 39 points, 10 from the Auxil and 29 from the Evader. I played pretty aggressive with that Evader. He didn't roll that great of hits, and Jerry always was just a little bit better than me on those. So he went down. Win for Jerry this time.
We hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope you learned some things about playing Infinity N4 with the basic models from Crimson Stone. Please
Like, comment, subscribe.
smash that like button. We're glad you watched this, and if you have any questions, please comment below. We love to help you out with your games.
And we'll see you in the 5-man Crimson Stone.